Have you ever considered how a Stoic might approach travel? An intriguing question, isn't it? But before we dive into the answer, let's take a moment to understand the essence of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism, born in the bustling marketplaces of ancient Greece, teaches us to find contentment in virtue and experiences rather than in material possessions. It's about appreciating the now, the present moment, and not getting too caught up in what we own or what we desire to own. Now let's imagine this philosophy applied to travel. Picture a Stoic wanderer. What do you see? A traveler burdened with oversized suitcases filled with just-in-case outfits. A tourist wrestling with a map, desperate not to miss a single tourist trap. Nope, not quite. A Stoic traveler is more likely to be found quietly observing, absorbing the world around them, and appreciating the beauty of the journey itself rather than the destination. They're less concerned with ticking off all the must-see sites or dining at the top-rated restaurants. Instead, they find joy in the unfamiliar streets, the unexpected encounters, and the lessons learned along the way. Imagine the Stoic traveler checking into a hotel. While some might grumble about the lack of a minibar or the absence of fluffy bathrobes, our Stoic wanderer, in their typical style, would likely shrug and say something like, "Well, at least the bed doesn't have bed bugs." Because really, when you're out exploring the world, who needs a minibar? But don't mistake this indifference for a lack of appreciation. On the contrary, it's about focusing on what truly matters. It's about carrying only what they need in their heart and mind, not in their suitcase. It's about experiencing the world fully, unburdened by unnecessary attachments. So, a Stoic traveler is not one who packs light, but rather one who travels light, carrying only what they need in their heart and mind. In contrast, let's take a look at the more common materialistic approach to travel. Picture this, a traveler who treats experiences like shiny trophies to be collected. Every corner turned, every meal tasted, every sunset watched is a potential post for their social media feed. They're always on the hunt, not for the thrill of discovery or the joy of connection, but for that perfect Instagrammable spot or the best deal on kitschy souvenirs. Imagine waking up early, not to catch the sunrise or enjoy the morning calm, but to beat the crowds at the local tourist traps. Every moment of their trip is choreographed, tightly scheduled to squeeze in as many must-sees and must-dos as possible. There's no room for spontaneity, no time for quiet reflection. The journey becomes a race, the destination a finish line. And yet, despite their best efforts, there's always a sense of dissatisfaction that lingers. No trip can ever live up to the perfect, polished image they've seen on social media. The beaches are never quite as pristine, the food never as mouth-watering, the locals never as friendly. The reality of travel, with its unexpected hiccups and imperfect moments, can't compete with the carefully curated illusions of Instagram. This constant comparison, this relentless pursuit of perfection, can lead to stress and burnout. The materialistic traveler may return home with a phone full of photos and a suitcase full of souvenirs, but they often feel empty and unfulfilled. They've been so focused on capturing the world in a lens, they've missed out on the beauty that lies beyond the frame. The materialistic traveler seeks to capture the world in a lens, but often misses the beauty that lies beyond the frame. But what if we could find a balance between these two extremes? Imagine for a moment that you're on a journey, not just to explore new places, but also to explore yourself. This is where the Stoic approach to travel comes into play. It's about more than just snapping photos or buying souvenirs. It's about embracing the journey, both outward and inward. Let's start with the simple act of appreciation. In the hustle and bustle of travel, it's easy to overlook the beauty of the journey itself. The Stoic traveler, however, knows the value of pausing, of taking in the surroundings, of truly experiencing the moment. It could be the warmth of the sun on your skin as you hike up a mountain, or the rhythmic lullaby of waves lapping against the shore. It's about immersing yourself in the here and now, not just rushing from one destination to another. Next, there's the practice of gratitude. The Stoic traveler understands that every experience, whether it's missing a flight or getting lost in a foreign city, comes with a lesson. Instead of grumbling about these setbacks, why not express thanks for them? After all, they offer a chance to learn, to grow, to become a better version of yourself. And finally, there's the focus on personal growth rather than material gains. The Stoic traveler doesn't measure the success of a trip by the number of souvenirs collected or the count of photos taken. Instead, they gauge it by the wisdom gathered, the perspectives broadened, and the self-discoveries made. So the next time you pack your bags for an adventure, consider packing these Stoic practices along. You might just find that they lighten your load, enrich your experience, and deepen your understanding of both the world and yourself. Travel, like life, is not about what you can take from it, but what you can learn from it. Now imagine how your travels might change if you adopted a Stoic mindset. Picture yourself standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon, staring out at the vast expanse. The wind whispers ancient stories as you soak in the moment, feeling the raw power of nature. You snap a photo, not to own the scene, but to capture the feeling. Reflect on your past travels. Remember that time you lost your luggage? Instead of frustration, imagine feeling a sense of freedom, an opportunity to simplify and focus on the journey, not the possessions. Or that time you missed your flight? Picture letting go of the stress, accepting the situation, and using the unexpected free time to explore a new corner of the city you were in. Perhaps you've stood in line for hours to see a famous piece of art, only to rush through the experience, already thinking about the next item on your itinerary. With a Stoic mindset, you might have chosen to savor the anticipation, the buzz of excitement from the crowd, the shared human experience. Think about the souvenirs you've collected. Instead of spending time and energy hunting for the perfect memento, imagine focusing on creating vivid memories etched in your mind, not gathering dust on a shelf. Consider the moments when you've been so obsessed with capturing the perfect shot that you've forgotten to enjoy the view. A Stoic traveler knows that the beauty of the moment lies in the experience, not in the pixels on a screen. Remember that Stoicism isn't about denying emotions, but about understanding and managing them. It's about embracing the journey with all its ups and downs, its surprises and disappointments. As you prepare for your next journey, remember, travel not to escape life, but so life doesn't escape you. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Which Stoic practices might you incorporate into your travel routine? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more insights and adventures. Safe travels!